Hi guys, Rachel with Spunky Misfit Girl here, and today's project is this super cute little tab booklet, and this is a one-page wonder from a 12 by 12. It's taken a little bit of a break from all the creating with the French Romantic Blues papers that I've been doing to do this super fun one-page wonder. And I was inspired by Made by Ro for this one, and I'd actually never seen a video from her before, so check her out. New creator. And I really liked just how this one came out. She actually put some really pretty butterflies on the edge of her tabs. I didn't really have anything that I was feeling. What could be fun is you could also do, ooh, maybe we'll think about that. Maybe we should think about that with ours. Actually, it wouldn't even matter. You could do it after the fact too. I'm thinking brads, putting little brads in there just as a bit of decor. Maybe we'll do that on this one when we're finished making the structure and showing the structure. So it's just a little booklet. It has a couple pockets, layered pockets here. So 2 little layered pockets there. I just decorated this page, and then it folds out like this, right? Whoop, whoop. There's a little pocket back here that I put a little card into. This is just a little vellum pocket that I made out of a scrap piece of vellum that I had, and then I just stuck in here. Ooh, I really stuck it in here. A little vellum envelope with some bitty little ticket ephemera from Stamperia in there. And then you've got pages that flip out here as well. One with a pocket on the side, which I just made this little card for. She was wishing. And then a little tuck spot over here. And this, all of the decoration inside is totally up to you. We'll make the structure and you can see how that works. And Made by Ro did not do a closure like this. I had this little piece left over and just kind of wanted to use it and felt like it's definitely a chunky piece, and if you fill it up and stuff it with stuff, it'd be nice to have a little closure there, so we'll do that too. So for this one, I am going to use this Prima Marketing French blue paper because I'm hoping it'll turn out really nice for this particular style. So the first thing we're gonna do is cut it. We're gonna cut it into 2 5 by 12s and 1 2 by 12. And the 2 by 12 is gonna make your tabs. So I'm gonna use this end. I'm actually thinking this might be extra. Sometimes on these they're bigger than 12. Yeah, so this guy's bigger than 12. This is actually an extra strip right here. So I'm gonna cut that off, I think, because I want my other bit to be on my project. So 2 inches, cutting off the top, and then we're gonna cut this guy in half so we have 2 5s, okay? Just double checking that we're good. Here we've got just a little bit of extra there, so okay. Now this guy, the 2 by 12, gets cut into 2 let's see, we're gonna do 3 inches. Okay. One for 3 inches and another for 3 inches. And then you're gonna have one that is 6 inches, okay? The 2x3s, these are the ones that are gonna make your tabs, okay? So those are gonna get cut now in half so that we make nope, we want 1x3. 1x3, 1x3, is that right? Yeah, I suppose it is. Okay, so yes, cut it in half, 1x3. Cut it in half, 1x3. So now you have 4, 1x3. Okay, those are gonna make our tabs. And then we gotta score those. Oh, these little guys. We're gonna score them at 1 1/4 and 1 3/4. Okay, 1 1/4 and 1 3/4, just to make our little folds. One 1/4, 1 3/4. And those will be uneven. And you can pick. So what I did actually was, so I'm just gonna make these folds. And what I did was alternated on my one I made before so that they would look nice differently. I don't know with these, I might want, I like this print a lot. And I'm not a super huge fan of that polka dot one that's on the other side. And these do have some different, you know, there's different colors. There's the piano keys. So I think I'm gonna use this on all of the outsides. So that's how I'm folding them. If you want any ink, I actually don't think I inked my tabs for my other one. Probably I just forgot. I just got excited and wanted to put it together. But I did ink the whole rest of the project, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that for these. And you will need to decide which 5x12 you want to be your cover versus your inside fold up. Okay. There's those guys all ready. Okay, so we've got, so I'm gonna keep this one for my outside. This guy's gonna be my inside, and I am gonna score at 4 1/8 on the side that I want to be on top, which is this one. So I'm gonna go 4 and I'm gonna go 8. And that guy is going to fold this way. So the right panel goes back. And this guy goes over. Okay, so that's gonna end up coming in to our other piece like this, right? So that's good. That's how we want that. And then this piece for our cover, we're gonna cut again. So we will go to 4. Okay, it's gonna be 3 pieces, 4 by 5. So 1 and 2 and 3. And one of these is gonna be your back, and one's gonna be your front, and one's gonna be your pockets. So I'm gonna save these 2 for the front and back. This guy is gonna be my pockets, and I'm gonna cut it on the 5-inch side with the 5-inch side up at 2.5. Okay. So now, if you want to ink all your other pieces, this is a good time to do that. Your cover and your back cover and this little guy on the inside, which I think we'll do at least on this one side. Actually, this guy's gonna get glued. The others can be done later. Whoop, 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 whoop. Let's do the guy that will be glued, huh? Okay, so let's put our guy together. So this is my cover. This is my back. Okay, sorry for the shift in lighting. Someone came home. I had to take a break, but now we're back to it. No break for you. And we can put our little booklet together. So I've got my front and my back here like this. And the first thing I'm gonna do is put my tabs onto my back. So I have my tabs that are a little bit longer on one side, and that's gonna go on the back, right? So let's get all these guys set up how we want them. So we've got these slight differences. We've got a pink here. What do we think of that as our order? I think that's good. Yes, yes. Or do we want our keys on the bottom? I kind of like them on the top. Okay, so we're gonna do that. And so these are gonna go, I'm going to kind of do the top and the bottom first so that you can line them up right against the top if you want, but you don't have to. I kind of like them just a skosh down. And so that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna put this top one on first. I'm just gonna glue that back section. And I'm gonna put them on pretty close up to that fold to where my score line is, but not all the way. With just a little bit on top there, just like that, okay? And then I'm gonna do the same thing with my bottom tab. With just a skosh underneath on this bottom bit right here, okay? Just making sure that has flexibility. And then I can kind of just guesstimate about where is evenly distributed for these 2 in the middle, which is going to be kind of about like that, yeah? Doesn't need to be perfect, just needs to look good to my eyeballs. And then we're gonna glue in those last 2 tabs as well. And I'm just gonna check and make sure I've got my spacing kind of looking good. And I'm where I want to be on my score lines, and I think that's good. Okay, so I'll just do that last one with some glue. Actually, you should probably make sure I'm getting to my edges here, especially that this edge is the end of my tab, so he gets flat on my back cover. I'm just gonna squidge him up a little here, get him in the middle. Okay, yes, those look good. Happy. Oops, don't want this guy to get out of position. Okay, yes, ideally we would have a second to let that dry, but we want to put our cover on, so we're not gonna wait too long. And then I've got my cover here, and that's gonna go right on here like this. I'm gonna line it up with my back cover and glue it down up to my score lines. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put some glue on all my tabs and lay that cover down. I really like this look with these tabs. So like I mentioned before, actually, maybe we'll do it now once we have our cover on, before I do anything fancy with the interior. We'll put some brads in as decorations on our tabs. Okay, how's that sound? So I'm just checking, get myself all lined up here, and that is my super cute little cover. Isn't that sweet? I love it. I love these papers. They're so awesome. I actually even like how the back looks a little better, but if I would have put this on the front, then they would have all gone over here, and it wouldn't have looked perfect, but I love it. Okay, so let's put some brads in. Let's just experiment with this and see how it turns out. What color do we want to use for this? Is silver. I think these shiny silvers go very well. These are mini brads. I get them at Hobby Lobby. It is the only place I have found them thus far. And I'm gonna just do a little hole with my pokey tool, I think, in the middle of these. Kind of eyeballing it because I don't want to measure, but you could measure to get these exactly right. I think I'm close enough that I'll be happy. Anyway, okay, and then let's stick these guys through, and that'd be a little easier than trying to do that after. And I think it's gonna make the finished product that much cuter. You could also, depending on what you have for decoration for these, some kind of little guy. You know, if you have like little beads or something, you could just glue something on the outside too once you're done. But I just thought it was going to be a little tricky on my other one now that it's done, although I could have maybe tried it, shown you that way, but this way you'll be thinking about it as you're making it and not kind of have to do it after the fact. You'll have more flexibility. Okay, those are good and fine. I might like to put some washi or something. Those will show, you know, but I think I'm just gonna leave it for the time being and put my inside in. Okay, so we've got our Z-fold guy here now. We've got our inside, and we're gonna turn this into a pocket here. So we are gonna give this guy a notch, this panel here. Okay, it folds out like this panel here. Gets that little bitty of a notch, because he's gonna be a pocket. And then we are going to glue on the back side of that section that we just notched. We're going to glue just along the sides and the bottom. And then that guy is gonna go in here just like this. Okay, which gives us a pocket and our super fun little flip out piece. Okay, which is awesome. So now, before we do our pockets, because we want to do a closure, right? We're going to do a closure for this guy. It's a little bit hard because I'm right in the middle of my typewriter here, but okay, let's figure something out. Let's see what we've got for scraps from these papers from other projects so that we can put, maybe this guy will match. So I'm gonna just do one from here. That's a little weird. I don't know if I love that. I was hoping it would kind of give some continuity. Yeah, we're gonna do it. And then two of our craft guys, and we're gonna glue this guy together so that while we do our pockets, he'll be marinating and ready for cooking when we come back in a minute. Okay. Don't you love it when I do things in proper order for you like that? Okay. Because why didn't I have, but I had a little piece left over the last time. How did I manage to not have a piece left over this time? Did I do something different? Let's find out. Okay. I think, oh yes, because this guy here, so we have our extra piece. These are gonna be our layer pockets. This guy is gonna be our side pocket, which on here I put on this page, which I don't know if I wanna do that here. I guess I would have to put it here if I want something on this side, but so we're gonna cut it down. Maybe I will put it here. So we're gonna cut it down, and then we're gonna have this little piece left over. And that was the piece that I used to add that closure. Okay. So we'll cut this guy down by just that much, and then that guy makes a perfect little closure piece. And that's actually a piece that I probably should have looked at before I made my little circle, because that's actually what it's going to go on, not directly on my cover. It's going to be on this guy. So the question is whether I want to do this with that guy on top, this with that guy on top. Yeah, there. That's great. Okay, that's very good. Okay, so let's leave that for a second and do our pockets. So this is kind of up to you. There's a little bit of wiggle room here. These can be, and it might be a little dependent on your paper and what you have showing on your paper. So the way I did them in the sample was as layer pockets on one piece. You could also use them as separate pockets. I kind of like that idea because I don't want to cover up this butterfly. So I think I might just add a pocket here and then take this guy. I might put him over here. I also wouldn't mind covering up more of this polka dot crap because I really don't love that back side of that paper. So I think I'm going to do that. If you wanted to make layer pockets with yours, it's really just a matter of laying them out where you want them. And then putting that top pocket on first, making a little mark, goes here. Pretty straightforward. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna punch both of these with a little notch, and I'm gonna put them in separate places just to make me happier. And then this guy is a side pocket. He is gonna go here. I think we'll do it like that. I don't think I'm gonna do a notch in that one. I kind of like it without it. Sometimes I like to rebel like that, you know? Sometimes notches are nice, and I know they make the taking things in and out a little easier, but sometimes on those side pockets, I like that straight line. Not very often on the bottom pockets, but more so on those side pockets. And then you can also decorate those side pockets with something nice. Did I say like this? Or did I say like this? I think like this. Okay. So, glue on the top, glue on the bottom, glue down the side, and away we go. That is our side pocket. Looks like I cut it down just a little bit short. I've got paper showing on my top and bottom, but that's okay. Just leave a little showing on the back side too, and it looks on purpose. So this guy, I think we'll put this guy here or this guy here. Ooh, that's kind of pretty. This guy here? Yeah, I like it. Okay, buckets. Glue down the sides and the bottom. And we can pop these guys in there. One here. This would be fun at a larger size, you know? It wouldn't be a one-page wonder anymore because I don't know how you would do it. But maybe I should think about trying to figure it out at a larger size. Okay, so then this guy gets popped in here. I mean, it could also just be a regular journal and it's kind of a tab. I guess it's different from a tab bound style, at least what I've done before. Okay, pocket in there. Awesome. Pocket in there, pocket there. And then these guys can this guy can get some decoration. This this paper pack is so pretty. It's gonna be a lot of fun to decorate this one. I don't think I'm gonna do it on camera though. Okay, and then I said I was gonna put this guy with this gray guy. So I'm just kind of folding this. You could score it. I'm just kind of seeing how it goes around here, actually. There. Is that good enough? Is that enough space? I don't know if that's enough space on the front. It's pretty tight, but I kind of like it like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and give these more of a crease. Let's see where the next one goes. Yep, that one there. And I'm gonna ink this up a little bit. And we'll grab another Silver Brad to match our ones on the side here like this. You can see that. Doesn't that look nice? I love that. I think my eyeballing worked pretty well too. Okay, so for this guy, let's punch. I do like to make a mark on these just because it's hard to see when I use the crocodile where that middle is. It's a little easier if I have some guide. Just make a little hole here. And let us see where we want that. So that's gonna go right there. So we'll make a little mark there as well. And we will just punch that with the pokey tool. You can also do it with the crocodile. Either way. Did I just forget? I had it in my head to ink that guy, and then I almost put it on there. He's still a little mushy, so he's moving around a little. Makes it hard to do all your inking when you're trying to not wait for things to dry. Okay, but it's gonna be all right. Look at how that rose came out just perfectly for the back. And then we're gonna glue this guy on here with a little glue on that back section. Yep. Sticky. And we're gonna see, we want them about in the middle, so we're gonna guess where that is and glue right about like so. I actually do really like that set of piano keys on there now. Pretty, so many matching and mixing of things. Okay, and then we're just gonna grab some, I think I'm gonna use this skinny twine that's gray rather than any bulky brown stuff because it'll go really well with this paper set with that kind of slate blue. And I'm just gonna tie a knot around here underneath my little wheelie guy, and another just to make him really nice and snug. And that guy is gonna go around here just like this to keep this closed. Uh-oh. Oh no. I didn't get my loose end. Oh, there it is. It was just a little bit, oh no, it's tied in here, but that's okay. I don't need that much more of it. I just need enough that'll be able to come around here and go through here, and we'll cut it off there. And that's fine. Not a problem. And then we're just gonna cut this little guy in here. Say goodbye. So you hiding. Okay, so then this guy is gonna come around here like so and wrap and get a little bitty knot on the end as well. And that's it. That's our little little tab bound one-page wonder folio booklet. So cute. And I'm just gonna have to stuff it with things. And I do have some, this paper pack is a Prima Marketing French blue, and it has quite a lot of super cute tags and cards, and I'm just gonna stuff it full with all those little cut aparts, I think. Not spend a ton of time. I do have some fussy cuts too. Butterfly. Probably do a little bit of that kind of stuff, especially on these like plainer ones. I have some better things. I think that guy should go there. I kind of don't want to ink them up though. That white there, it's just gonna be too much. Anyway, thank you so much for watching and for crafting along with me. I hope you enjoyed this one and can make your own cute little folio. Don't forget to hit like on the video and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time.